that moment when you realize this has been a really, really rough week. I have to clean my house. This is crazy. I cannot believe my coffee table looks like a magazine rack. I mean, this is sad, y'all. This is sad. Been a rough week. Been a really rough week. Um, but look, the buddy, he's come with the toy. Come here, come here. Give me the toy. Give me the toy. Yeah, we got to play with the toy. We got to play with the toy. This is Dookie Duke. This is my buddy. This is my buddy. This is my buddy. Huh? Can you look pretty for the camera? No. No, you're not going to look pretty for the camera. You make me laugh every morning, baby. You do, you do, you do. Did you just knock out the stuffing out of the toy? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So guys, it's been a rough week. The water that you hear in the background is actually my fish tank. As you can see, I got to refill my fish tank this weekend. But my fish are perfectly happy. And it's just been rough this week, man. I've been going. To give you an idea, look at my kitchen table. My kitchen table, my coffee table, everything is just absolutely crazy. And I want to laugh here, okay? Because everybody gonna have a laugh here, okay? This here was some potatoes I left out. I think they are growing. So, yeah, they're growing. Yeah. Anyway, I have a dirty house right at the moment. Please ignore that. My cat says hi. There's my kitty cat. Now, this cat, believe it or not, she's like 22 years old. And, she's a lover, but if she lets you pet her. I mean, trying to get a hold of her, that's the rare thing what you just saw. She normally does not let you pet her. And as you can see on her backside, she likes to rub up underneath the pine resin. And she got that one spot on the pine tree. Now, I cleaned that so that wasn't all matted like that. And darn if she didn't turn around, got pissed off at me, and went right back out there and did it again. So, yes, I have a strange couple of pets. Yes, I have a dirty house, but that's okay. Sometimes it just be like that. Now, let's talk about what I want to talk about this morning. There have been reports of mortar fire, that Ukraine has been sending off mortar fire in the LPR territories. This is unconfirmed. I haven't been able to confirm it, but it was on, don't know if you know the channel, Marfugal News. So, those are pretty trustworthy individuals there. If you're not subscribed to his channel, please do so. So, I haven't confirmed that information, but I'm pretty sure that Marf would not put that out if it wasn't true. There's also been reports across the country of certain ATMs not working except during bank business hours. Now, I don't know about you, but the whole reason I use an ATM is because I can't get to the bank during business hours. So that whole situation there, that's not a good idea. So I would seriously suggest that if you can, get some money together and keep it together. And That's if you can do it. Like, I can't do it this week. My electric bill has doubled, as I'm sure a lot of y'all's electric bills have doubled. So, and as you can see, I use a heater. So it's not from the heat, it's just, it's crazy times, folks. It's crazy times. So, I don't know what to tell you besides the fact that stay calm. Oh, keep an eye out on the news. And keep food and water available for a couple days for your family. Now, with water, you want to rotate that. You don't want to leave it just sitting in the house. There's several channels out there that you can watch that'll give you better ideas on preparedness than me. A good idea is, if you can afford it, which I can't, but a good idea is to somehow or another get yourself a generator, preferably one that's solar. I say preferably because if shift does happen, that's going to probably be your best bet as far as power goes, because if you're in an area where there's no power, okay, he's tired now. If you're in an area where there's no power, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to, especially in a shift situation, is if you hear a generator, you're going to head right for it. So, in that type of situation, you want to be as quiet as possible. So yeah, several channels give discounts for different types of generators. You can get a wind generator, you can get a solar generator. You can even make, if you're by a river, you can even make a hydroelectric generator. If you can do so, do so. If you're like me, you just got to deal with what you got, and just hope for the best. I do absolutely, right now, I do absolutely suggest that you have an alternative heat system. As you can see, I've already got mine up. That whenever you're out away from the house, that you have some kind of alarm system. I personally use SimpliSafe, but that's up to you. Just because it was cheaper for me than ADT or any of the rest of them. Plus, I have a dog. See, isn't he so pretty? He's so pretty when he's calm. He's so pretty. Such a good boy. So, yes, I would suggest that. It does look like this is possibly going to be popping off over there in Europe and the Middle East. I do not look forward to that. I'm sure anybody with any sanity would not look forward to that. So, I think that our time to be able to prepare is slowly closing, and I think you need to be aware of that. You need to be aware of the times that we're in, and keep aware of what's going on in your neighborhood and in the area, because this does not look good, folks. This does not look good. I want you to look back in history. Look back in the 1930s and 40s, early 40s, before World War II started. We are in a similar economic situation. We are in a similar militarily tense situation. Yeah, So you need to look at that time and see what the people dealt with and how they survived through the Great Depression. And just realize that this is not just the United States that is dealing with this. I have friends all over the world that are dealing with similar situations where certain food items are not available, or that you got to go multiple times during the week to catch the truck when the truck arrives in order to get it, or you got to order it online and hope that you get it within 6 weeks. This is across the board globally. So this is going to cause more and more tensions to arise. I want you to be aware of the fact that we have a massive fertilizer shortage. This is going to cause a massive increase on prices of things. If you take medications, I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you get at least 90 days of that medication if you can from your doctor. I say 90 days because, medications is kind of hard to come by right now. And a 90-day supply will at least give you time, if things do occur, will at least give you time to find other means of getting that medication. So, or order new medication, and you've got the time in order to get the medication in. Be aware that people's tension and stress is off the chain. So try and be more kind to your neighbors and people that you are around. They are losing it, okay? They are losing it, all right? And you got to be aware that everyone is stressing, very highly stressing. So let's try and be the calm in the storm. Let's try to only get what we need at this point. As far as medications go, you need to get as much as you can. I mean over-the-counter meds, okay? They are buying them out like crazy at my Dollar General. There is no over-the-counter meds. There are no vitamins. It's a very sad situation, and people are arguing over a bottle of baby aspirin at Walmart. So, yeah, that's happening. Also be aware that I've heard reports that all of the canning jars which are coming out, and I'm not talking about the ball canning jars because this is addressed to the generics, that supposedly you need to really check those jars very closely if you do buy them, because supposedly there's been chips on the rims, there's been hairline fractures in the sidewalls and the bottoms. They are made from a very thinner glass, and so under pressure canning they shatter. There's been a couple reports of that online. So if you do get those type of canning jars, just really, you want to look for any kind of air bubbles in the jar or any kind of discoloration in the sidewalls of the jar. Canning lids was the other issue that people were talking about. Canning lids, the little gaskets on the canning lids are so small now, and they are not lining up with the rim of the jar. So you really want to triple check your canning lid before you put it into your pressure canner or your water bath, because sometimes some of them are not lining up with the rim of the jar, and then you have a failure, and then there goes all your hard work. And so I don't want to see that for anyone. I know I do my own canning myself, And I see that myself here. About every 4 or 5 of the canning jars are not sealing, and so they have to be reprocessed, which over processes the meat. If you're doing meat, you know what I'm talking about. And it's a bad situation, so I end up having to give that meat to the pets, which is a lot of money out the window, so to speak. So yeah, double and triple check your jar lids. Also, another thing I've noticed is the rings. The rings are rusting very quickly, so be aware of that also. As you know, once a ring starts rusting, it's pretty much useless. And the only thing it's really good for is maybe to seal down a lid on some dry goods, and that's what I use my old ones for. But yeah, that's not good. So subpar as far as manufacturing goes there. So yeah, I wanted to address that. Pet foods. There's been I know statewide here in North Carolina, there has been shortages on specifically wet cat food. If you can get it and you have a cat, stock it. Okay. I normally would not recommend you buying more than 40 cans. However, with the way things are going, if you can get 2 of the big cases of 40 cans, get them. Because I've been looking since I opened my last box of 40 can cat food, and I'm just going to walk you over here. We're moving now. I've been looking for another box of the 40 can canned foods. And as you can see, I've been doing that for a month. And there has not been any. So it could just be that I'm hitting it at the wrong time, and that everybody else has already bought it up. I don't know. Okay. What I can tell you is you should seriously look at being prepared for the times ahead. And as I said, it's been a very long, hard week for me, and I still got to go get ready for work and get my food, my lunch and breakfast and everything made, and get out the door. Yeah, ladies, please be aware when you go to the grocery store. Please keep your head on a swivel. Please do not lose sight of behind you, especially older ladies. There have been a few reports of women being followed to their vehicles. This has happened to me. There have been reports of people being followed to their house. Please, I cannot reiterate this enough. Keep your head on a swivel. Keep looking around you. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of people moving around you, even in the grocery store. Do not leave your purse in the cart and reach for something. It only takes that split second for someone to steal your wallet. And especially older ladies, you have a habit of doing that, and I want you to be aware that shoplifting has increased, that thefts have increased, that people cold cocking people has increased, specifically in city areas, high metropolitan areas. If you are in the country, your little city probably has not seen it. It might. I live in a suburban area, obviously, close to Hampton Roads, Virginia. And we are hearing small reports of people stealing wallets out of Walmart, out of the cart. People being followed to their vehicles like I was. Yeah, keep your head on a swivel. If you can, do not go by yourself. If you can. I mean, I can't do that. If you're capable of doing so, please be armed. Some of you cannot, I understand. Some of you can. If you can't be armed, at least have hairspray or something to be able to spray in somebody's face. This is no joke, okay? We are moving into times where, unfortunately, because of the increase in fuel prices and energy prices, people are having to forego buying groceries. And if they're hungry enough, they will take yours. And I think we all understand that this, if they have to, they can, once they've made that decision, they can become violent. And I don't want to see or hear of anyone getting hurt. So please be aware of your surroundings. If you see something unusual, please inform the police. They are not our enemy. No, some of you might believe that. They are not our enemy. They are there to enforce the laws. And if you see something very unusual, please inform the police so that they can investigate and solve that issue. As you can tell by my voice, there's a lot going on that is very disturbing to me. But what's more disturbing than anything is realizing that there are people who do not realize the times that we're in, and they're going to be severely hurting. If you can, try and help your local food banks. There's a lot of people that are going hungry right now. There's a lot of people who have lost their jobs in the last 2 years, as we know. Just be kind to each other, folks. Okay? Prepare your house. Prepare your minds. And be ready to survive on your own, for 3-4 days, maybe even a couple weeks. Because remember Texas last year, the electricity went out in the middle of winter, and several people died because they had no way of heating their house. Okay? Very horrible, torturous way to go. So yeah, if you can, I understand you can't, a lot of you can't. I understand. Lord knows I understand, okay? As you all seen from my other video, I spent my food money to be able to build some shelving. So yes, I'm on half rations this week, and probably next week too, because of that. But that's okay. I can afford it. Yeah, folks, lots going on in the world, lots to be aware of. Be aware that World War III could break out at any moment, and if not World War III, then hostilities between countries at any moment. And I know that's kind of a downer on a Thursday morning, but I wanted to let everyone know some of what I have been hearing online and reading from various countries' news sites. The tensions out there are very high, but they're high globally. It's not just your neighborhood, it's not just your area. It is a global tension and stress. And it is a global shortages of everything. Okay? This is not going to solve overnight. This is not going to solve overnight. I cannot stress that enough. Everyone's saying, well, this is a temporary thing. This is not going to be temporary, okay? This is not temporary. This is going to take years to fix. And by the looks of it, no one is trying to fix it. Everyone is pointing the finger. Let's stop pointing the finger and start fixing it. That's what we need to do. Globally. Yeah, that's what we need to focus on. We need to focus on making sure our families and our countries are taken care of. But at the same token, we need to focus on fixing the global food shortages, the global clothing shortages, everything. Everything is shortages, okay? We even got water wars going on in the Midwest in the U.S., okay, between states. They fighting over water. Come on, folks. We're better than this. Come on, folks. We're better than this. We stronger than this. We can do better, okay? Our neighbor is not our enemy, all right? Yes, they're from a different country. Yes, they have a different culture. Wonderful. Learn something new from their culture. Okay? Yes, our neighbor is a different color. Wonderful. Okay? That's like the birds of the air. They're all different colors. They don't fight each other. Why, you know, this whole thing where people, oh, well, you're white or you're black or you're brown or you're whatever. Okay? Get over it. See the person for their character. As Dr. Martin Luther King used to say, persons should be judged on the content of their character, not the color of their skin. So, please do that. I like to extend that a little bit and say a person should be judged not only on the content of their character and not on the color of their skin, but also not on their nationality. Okay, because they might be white and yet be Russian. So you shouldn't judge them because they're Russian. You shouldn't judge them because they're German or Britain or from the Middle East. You shouldn't judge them. You shouldn't judge them if they're from Africa or Jamaica or the islands or, anywhere. So what? Maybe they're purple. Okay. Whatever. All right? Judge them on the content of their character. Yeah. So that's what I have for you this morning. Just some rambling thoughts. Hope you enjoyed it. My brain rambles here and there and everywhere. Love y'all. I really do. Really, really, truly do love y'all. Even if occasionally I might cuss at y'all for something y'all do in front of me. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace.